Hello everybody and welcome back to Letton Farm. Now I really do need to crack on with things today because I'm quite a long way behind. I've got to harvest several fields. We have the 3 fields here, one there, one all the way over there, and the one behind the sheep pasture as well. And then we have the new fields, the new to me fields, which are over at Letton Farm. So I do have a lot of harvesting to do. On top of this we have the grass field which I cut, which I kind of regret cutting because I don't really have the time to actually manage it. But obviously now it has been cut, I'm going to have to put the effort in and get it either baled as it is or obviously pick it up and put it into the silage pit. The silage pit has to be cleaned down because it already has some in there, some older stuff, which can just be scooped up and put into a nice neat pile. And of course, the thing which we're going to do first of all today is go over to Sussex and go and pick up this Massey Ferguson 35, which is actually an IMT tractor. It's just a different brand, but the same sort of machine. So I think without any further ado, I do need to just go over there straight away. I can't be messing around. Luckily they have said they're going to help me load it, or they'll load it themselves, so it really shouldn't take too long. And of course the most important thing is it's free. It's totally free because I have essentially just traded the scrap metal, which was so kindly dumped in the gateway, for this tractor which was also being scrapped. So I'll see you over in Sussex. Okay, so I'm almost there, and obviously it hasn't taken anywhere near as long as it did do in the tractor, which is predictable. So yeah, obviously it's only 8:30, so we're doing very well for time. But if they can just load it up really quickly, that would be great. I really do want to get back to the farm so I can move on to the other jobs. I don't think we're going to get too much time today to actually look at this tractor, but if I can just get it dropped off somewhere in the yard, then that'd be great. So yeah, let's just head down the road and then see if they can load it quickly. I think it's just going to be a case of them just lifting it up with their wheel loader and just dropping it on the trailer. I may not even have to put the ramps out, so that'll be very easy. Okay, I always get very confused about where it is, but let's just hope they've still got it. Yep, good. Because they were going to throw it away, literally. They were going to pick it up and just throw it in the pile. I don't know where the best place is to park, but we will see. They've moved my drums, I can see. But I think probably, because obviously that wheel loader is going to move to load it up, I would say, if I just go around here, that would be the best place to park. Just there. And hopefully they can just load it up. So just go and speak to them and see if they can do it. Well, I am very surprised. You're never going to believe this. They said they were messing around with it yesterday after I'd gone because they didn't have too much to do, and they just put a bit of fuel in it and it started up. I can't believe it. They found the key. Well, they found a key, which must just be some kind of universal key. And yeah, they claim if I just jump on it now, turn the key, it should start. So let's see if they are correct. This is going to be interesting. Wow. And it drives as well. I think they're going to regret just sort of giving it away. They could have sold this for a fairly good profit. Very kind of them. Very kind indeed. So, if I can just load it up. Hopefully the parking brake works. Should be okay just there. Well, yes, that is quite incredible. I'm amazed. So I potentially have here a very old but a usable tractor. And I don't know how much I'd use it, but at the end of the day, it is another tractor I could potentially use. Well, I'm ready to go. It's all loaded up, the ramps are back in. So that has been a worthwhile trip. It's cost me a bit in fuel in both vehicles, but really it is only 20-ish miles, so it could be much worse. It's more the time actually in the tractor which was not so much worth it, but yeah, I could never complain because I'm driving away with essentially a free tractor. So yeah, let's go. I'll see you back at the farm and we can take a closer look at this, well, what looks to be quite a beauty of a tractor here. Here we are. And I can actually change my radio station now. I'm still on Sussex FM. But first I need to just show you something. Just out here, I've got the tyres from yesterday, and I've stacked them nice and neatly. Before they were just sort of thrown in here. I did rush and just put them in here very quickly. So I've stacked them neatly. I guess I could have put them against the wall, but that should be fine. It looks much better than it would have done. So yeah, let's just get this taken off. But yes, like I say, I need to turn off Sussex FM. It's actually on mute, so that's why I didn't even realise. It's probably out of tune. I'll put it back onto live location. There we go. So I think if I should park back over here, it should be fine just there. And now I can attempt to reverse it off. Hopefully it isn't going to break down on me now. Seems like a good tractor though. So here we go. Very good. And actually on the way home I was thinking about the name of this machine, and it kind of rhymes, the IMT 533. If you say it in your head it makes it sound like a bit of a rhyme, but that might just be me. Yep. Okay, so let me just go and put it over here. Put it in the workshop. This workshop actually isn't quite as big as my other one over at my sheep farm, but having said that, it does have more tools. We do have a lathe, and we have a pillar drill, and some other stuff. Important cardboard boxes, you can't get anything better than that. So yeah, that can now stay here until I have a bit more time available to do something with it. But I think it really only needs a bit of an oil change, and then I'm going to try and use it. It could do with some new tyres. I think I should put some new tyres on the back. It shouldn't cost me too much money. So I think probably I'll get that booked in. The dealer up the road should be able to do it for me. So yes, hopefully, actually they seem to have a fairly short notice, so maybe even tomorrow I can do that. Because the tread is a bit worn. Yeah, there's actually very little tread left on it. So yeah, there's a few things I can do to it, but yeah, there we go. The worthwhile trip is done. I will just leave this here, I think, for now. What I need to do is really crack on with the combine harvesting. As for the grass, I'm just going to have to leave it for the time being. It should be fine. It should be able to stay there for a few days. But if the worst comes to the worst, I will just pick it up and dump it in here. And this shouldn't take too long to tidy up. If I just scoop it all out, either put it in a trailer to store it, or just in another shed. I could just put it in here. Could just put it in the shed. Pile it up here or something. So yeah, there's loads of different things that I can do. Many different options available. Anyway, the combine harvester is just there. The header trailer and the header is just there. So yeah, that's going to be brought out. A bit of work has to be done first just to get everything in position. But I think I'm going to start with my original farm and get those fields done. So I'll start with probably the 2 small fields, and then eventually we'll move on to the big field. I was just wondering if it would be possible to tow the header itself. I think I might be able to, because I can just go out to this gate over here, just providing I can make the turn. It's a bit of a tight turn, and the machine is very long when it has the header trailer on it, but I think it would be possible if I get a bit closer. Okay, that should be good enough. There is actually slightly better access from this side, so there we go, that's much better. And now I can very carefully head out of here, and hopefully I don't have any accidents. I don't want the header trailer to clip the wall. Even worse, I don't want the header to fall off. Now I do still have my drill over there, that's going to have to be sorted out, along with the different bales, but that is a job for another day. And like I say, as soon as I have the money, I will hopefully be buying some cows. So far, still no interest from, well, as far as I'm aware, still no interest on the land. So hopefully somebody does come at some point. They want to come along at some point just to rent it, hopefully. Bit of extra money for me, but I don't know, maybe there's no appeal in renting land. At least the road is a bit quieter today. So yes, we're going to start off with this very small field, but I think the best place to go to is actually into the new yard, because there's way more space to put the header on than there is if I was just to do it in this entranceway here. It's far too tight here. It actually looks like nearly every farmer around here is growing oilseed rape this year. There are probably a couple of us doing sunflowers. Obviously I've got some sunflowers, and that is going to be the third thing I'm going to harvest. This one first and the one over there, and then the sunflowers, because I do need to obviously generate the money to buy or lease the sunflower header. But they are ready to go. They are ready to harvest. Right then, so that is the first field of today. If I can just get underneath here to pull the pin out. There we go. And now we can attach onto it. And I mustn't forget the PTO. PTO is crucial. Now I do obviously have the option to drop the straw in a swath, but I don't think I'm going to do that. The main reason for this is because this is a really small field and it's just going to be a bit awkward to bale it. But in the bigger field, I think I will be doing that. So let's just make sure the chopper is down. It's actually, there we go, it's better. So we should see a fair amount of dust coming out the back of the machine. Yep, that's good. That's the chopper working. And this is without a doubt all going to fit into the hopper. It's just not a very big field. It's got a good yield and everything, but yeah, it's just not a very big piece of land. Right, well I thought this was a great opportunity just to bring the IMT out again, just to really give it a quick drive. I needed a tractor to reverse the header through the gate, so I'm not turning around in the field. So this is, to me, the perfect tractor for the job. Obviously the 135 would have been just as perfect, but as I am trying this out, it seemed to be a good choice. So let's just get that lined up to begin with. And yeah, if I can just spin around here somewhere. There isn't a great deal of space because the gate opens into this field, and also there's a tree there and a trough just there, but even so, it is possible. I've done this a few times now. But this could potentially be the final time that I ever harvest these fields here. If somebody else is taking over, then it will no longer be me who is managing these particular fields. Okay, that should be good enough. Could have done with being a little bit further back, but that is fine. That is very good. PTO, mustn't forget that again. So there's a lot of faffing around with these smaller fields. You have to keep taking the header on and off. Takes a bit of time. Now I do need to bring another tractor over here with the trailer. Obviously it's not going to be this tractor, it'll most likely be the 390T, I'd imagine. But yeah, let's just make a good start. And again, this is going to be done on a swath, on swath mode. So it can, if I want to, I can bale it in the future. If I don't want to, I can just plough it straight in again. I might have to get a tedder, or use the tedder, just to spread it out before I do plough it in. But at least it's here if I want it. If I do need the extra money, I can sell some canola straw. Well, I've almost finished the headlands. I'm doing 3 headlands, and the combine harvester is almost full, 90% full. So really, we only just needed a trailer because there's still 10% left in here, and I only have the middle section left to do. It's not a massive amount, so it's going to be probably a combine load and a fifth. I don't know, maybe a quarter, but it's not going to be a great deal over a combine load. So I'm going to put the auger ready in a second, and then I can have another run over to the farm and get the tractor and trailer. Yeah, this is exactly my point about not being able to run 2 farms. I can't just keep running between each farm, it takes forever. I need somebody else to actually run this farm. I need to manage it and look after it themselves. So hopefully somebody comes along soon. I don't know how long it's going to be. I'm not sort of expecting it overnight, but it would be good if it can be within the next few weeks, because I can't I can't afford to run two. If nobody does come along, then unfortunately the reality is this farm is going up for sale, because I just can't afford to have two. It is that simple. Okay, so I'm back over at the yard and I've just realised the New Holland already has the trailer attached to it, so that is the obvious tractor to use. I'm going to leave the grapple here. There is no point in taking it. And yeah, I'm just going to quickly drive over there. Yeah, so as I say, it's not going to be a great load in the trailer, but I'm hopefully going to be selling everything today. I'd like to finish today with a bit more money than what I currently have. I only have £2,700, which isn't good, but luckily the mortgage isn't due again until about 6 days' time. So yeah, I don't need the £5,000 just yet. Still to let. Oh cracky, I'm driving with my door open. If I do that too much, I'm going to smash it off accidentally. Go past a pole or a tree or something, and smash! It's gone. I was lucky. Very lucky. Also, I need to check upon the sheep as I'm here. I don't have a problem with looking after the sheep from the other farm, really, because I only need to be here once or twice a day just to make sure they have enough food and water. Which they do, although the water is going to have to be topped up in the next couple of days. So yeah, it's just doing the arable work, which is very slow. If you're going backwards and forwards all the time on foot, I have to invest in a bicycle. Right, so yeah, let's just go and unload it. And as you can see, I've got some pretty good swaths here as well. And it's already, I can't believe how the time flies. Already 26 minutes past 5. Ridiculous. Well, the good thing is this is the final canola field of today. The other field is sunflowers, and in fact, as that's unloading, I'll quickly run over here and show you my sunflowers. They're not mine, believe it or not. Yeah, Stephen Bale does seem to be the other one who specialises in the sunflowers, and Dennis did have sunflowers that one time, but of course it's all very confusing because he made out that he was a police officer and he actually didn't own the farm anymore or something. I'm not too sure, but he actually does. He does own the farm. He's a strange one. Yeah, he literally owns, I think, the one field over there, and he has that old machinery, and that actually is his machinery. So he's not a police officer undercover. How weird is that to try and explain? Yeah, so that's good. It's all ready to go. Hopefully tomorrow, if I can pull the money together for a header. Okay then, the final piece. Like I said, maybe a fifth of a combine tank load, maybe a quarter, if we're lucky. Just gotta go around all these trees. But there really isn't much left to do. And then, yeah, I'm not going to be doing anything else with this field. I'm hoping that the new tenant, or the first tenant, is going to be the one who comes and puts the crop in here. What they might do, possibly, is actually put it back to grass, as I found it. Because if they're only going to be looking after sheep, they may want to expand the sheep field, possibly. So there is always the chance that this is the final arable crop to be harvested in this field. But I don't know. I don't know how they're going to work if they do it. I just hope they do. I just hope somebody comes along. Let's see if I can take this in one go. No. But yeah, it's not even quarter of a tank. But it's not too bad. It should still be what we have in this tank load. I would imagine it's going to be maybe £1,500 worth. Maybe even £2,000 worth. It just depends on the current price. Hopefully it is good. So, yep, to finish off with, let's put it into the trailer. And then I can take it over to the grain merchant, and hopefully they can offer me something good. But I think we've got a good half a trailer there. And half a trailer of canola does usually equate to a fairly substantial amount of money. Obviously, a full trailer is even better. I could really do with a full trailer of it. Across the whole farm, there'll be several trailer loads, but from this particular small farm, yeah, it is just the half a trailer. But then we have all the sunflowers on top, and the other canola fields at Letton Farm. Now, luckily, the grain merchant is still open until I think 9 PM, so we should be okay. Ah, the gate is shut. I don't usually close this gate. There we go. Yeah, it's a funny entrance this, because it's actually access to two different people's fields. We have Stephen Bell's and also my own. And yeah, it's sort of a shared access route. So my plan for tomorrow, if everything goes to plan, is to lease a header to do the sunflowers, and also, hopefully, to work in the grass field. Now it might be that I can only do a very small amount of work in the grass field. I think the main job is going to be sunflowers, but I'm just going to have to take it on a day-by-day approach and just see exactly what happens. It also depends on how much money I can make here, but that should certainly be enough to lease a header. So £8,430, which brings my total back up to 11,143, which is pretty good. But I'm going to leave it there for today. Thank you so much for watching, and until tomorrow, see you again soon. Bye for now.